Boom. We are live. Recording. Boom, boom, boom. Tods, welcome back to the podcast. Missed you, mate.
Hey, mate. Yep. It's been a while. How you going?
Yeah, did you see that? Did you watch any of that effort with me and Marcel last night, or did it sting too much?
Actually, didn't. I haven't even opened Reddit. I don't get notifications. I'll have a look. I'll watch it later.
Okay. Must see TV. Best pod ever, Marcel reckons. Why
do I have a face mask on? Anyway.
I got a bit creative. Just kick off the pod too. It's come to my attention that when I post a video on Reddit, if you just play it on Reddit, it's in like really bad detail. It's at like 3060p or whatever. So you have to actually click on the video, my face, go to actual YouTube to watch it in like 4K or 1080p. That way you can actually read because I usually have the matchups next to our lovely faces. You'll be able to actually read it if you watch it in full HD. So, and honestly, that's how we're best viewed, isn't it, Todd's full HD?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's housekeeping out of the way. We'll jump straight into the matchups. We'll keep this pod pretty quick because I just got off another pod. Hashtag cheating on Todd's again. So first matchup, this one here, Kyle Newman, Lee Kamish versus Jared, who's on a bit of a hot streak. He finds himself in the top 4. So what do you think about this matchup, Todds? Let's talk about Kyle's side.
He welcomes back Kalen Ponga this week. Which is huge. Adam Elliott, did he play last week?
He did. He didn't exactly kill it for Kyle on his first outing.
Okay. He's also brought in Luke Thompson. Rest in peace.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So Thompson comes in. I remember him last year coming to the NRL, and when I picked him up, and before anyone else, and there was like 4 other people wanting to do it, and he turned out to be an absolute flop. Anyway.
Didn't you trade him to me?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Thanks for nothing.
And still got Flanagan. Peachy's going well. He's obviously traded in Holmes, as we know. Fafita was good the last 2 weeks. And yeah.
Oh, yeah. Fafita's been a beast. Fodawaker's been good. He's off the bench now. But yeah, Pong is a massive in for him. Absolute beast. So
just
obviously
depends on what the Knights do.
Yeah, Hoy's straight out of the side now that he's injured. So Kyle's like, I don't want to play with you anymore, Hoy. Straight in the trash. He's got Finucane on his bench as well. He should be returning at some point soon. And Maguire's made way for Thompson. So, yeah, Maguire's an interesting one. He's potentially on the outs there at the Cowboys. He's been quite vocal about them being dog shit. And I saw something about them saying, hey, you're open to talk to other clubs, mate. So
it's funny, in a press conference, Todd Payton actually got asked whether it was the Cowboys or him, and he was like, without saying it, he sort of was like, well, it's us. We don't want him here.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Just put it out there straight away.
Yeah. Pulling no punches. All right. So, yep, a decent side to be sure. Moving on to Jared's side. So, he at the moment has stuck with George Williams.
Is this the trade? These two traded to each other?
They did.
Who was the teams that traded it?
Yeah. So he gave Elliott and Holmes.
And Holmes, yep.
And Jared got Williams and Tuivasa-Sheck. So that could have big ramifications on this match. But I still do not like the fact that he's starting George Williams and not Jerome Luai. Luai is an absolute must start against... I nearly made the mistake again of saying he's playing Canterbury. But I did that on fucking the pod with Marcel. I saw verse Can and I thought it was fucking Canterbury, but it's Canberra.
Yeah, it's a big game actually.
I think
those two teams.
I think Luai scores more for sure. I definitely back him. The season he's having. Somebody clip that out for when I'm wrong and replay it.
Does his ACL?
Yeah. Does his MCL, does his hammy, fucking has to get a leg amputated. It's all happening.
I tell you what, he loves a camper raider, that's for sure. He's got 4 of them in his team. I've got 3, but one's on the bench. But
yeah, he sure does. Speaking of someone with no raiders, he's been a real fucking raider hog, this cunt. Sorry, I swore. Sorry, Astrid, if you're watching. Jesus. Oh, no. I promised her. Actually, I was half ready to swear the other day, and I caught it and, said a non-swear word, and Mel and Kyle were quite happy that I made the effort. But
that's good.
Yeah, it's not going to be a regular thing, I'll tell you that much. So Cookie, he's back to his finest form. So it'd be interesting to see if he continues that. He's been very hot and cold. Yep. Katy Perry 2.0, you might say. Okay. How you like that? A little 2008 reference for you, mate.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I can't believe that song is that the MasterChef theme song still?
I don't watch MasterChef.
I don't either, but I remember like seeing hey, Katy Perry Hot and Cold is the theme song. I'm like, that seems like a weird choice. Anyway, who am I to judge? Their show is bigger than our podcast, so starting run. At the moment. Just you wait, MasterChef. Ryan James, still starting him. So he was pretty good last week in a starting side. Yeah.
But I don't know if it's going to make a difference if we're starting or not. I think he played the same amount of minutes.
Yeah. Alex Glenn. Yes. He has been he's been also hot and cold. He's been hotter and colder, both at the same time. So it's one of those things where there's not a lot of edge talent out there, is there? So you could talk about Glenn and him not being a great option, but at the end of the day, who else are you going to play sometimes? So, speaking of Luai on his bench, he's also got Crichton on his bench. I was just talking about Crichton in the other Supercoach podcast I was on, and Crichton's been super disappointing. There is potential that he can get dual status winger fullback because he's filling in for what's his name?
How many games is it? Is it 3 or is it more than that?
I think it's 3. So it's got to be starting as well. So he should definitely get it. But I mean, he hasn't been great there. And he hasn't been great at centre either. So. Yeah, not performing for Jared. Anyway, how do you see this matchup?
I think it's going to be close, actually.
Yep, for sure.
I think I'm going to pick Kyle, but just. I think his 4 forwards will be better than Jared's 4. I don't know. That's the only difference I've got.
Yeah, I think the real deal breaker for Kyle will be Flanagan. Melbourne, if they're just constantly scoring tries like they were last round, Flanagan might not be doing a whole lot. He might be standing behind the goal line while the Broncos take conversions, So
he might be better off playing Schuster.
As
a half, just because he's that back rower.
Especially
because the Dogs are playing Melbourne, like you say.
Yeah, it could go 2 ways. It could go like that, like there's a lot less ball in play because the Melbourne are continually just packing on tries. So you get a lot of time standing around doing nothing. Or they could just get pinned in their half and he could be kicking 70 meters at the end of every set, so. Yeah. I'll go Jared because I like an underdog, and I know he's higher on the ladder, but I just giving his league history, I still consider him a bit of an underdog. So, all right, moving on. Next matchup. Speaking of underdogs, Rhett notched up his first win of the season, and he's aiming up big, and he's looking to take his next scalp. Reigning Premier Jesse, who's sat in 3rd at the moment. Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any differences for players that have been brought in. I can't particularly see any. No. So, yeah. And I can't really see any waivers. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly forgot the waivers were even processing.
Oh, was that today?
Yeah, it was. And it's funny because...
tomorrow.
Yeah, it's funny because the round... Oh, when did we finish? Did we finish on Monday still?
Yeah, Monday night.
Yeah, I don't know. I fucking got all mixed up over that long weekend, so... But there you go.
Too many chocolate bunnies, mate.
Oh, yeah. Ridiculous, mate. 50 kilos. Just straight to the hips. You know how it is.
50 kilos what? Okay, let's move on.
Slight over exaggeration.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Haas, he's got to be better than last week for Rhett. Yeah. I think he will. I think he was a victim of the ball not being in play that much because Pappenhausen was busy scoring 1 million tries.
Yeah, he'll get better each week. He'll just come back.
Yeah. I do think, though, that Jesse could be having a field day again with Pappenhausen versus Canterbury. So that could be anything. And I appear to have lost you, Todashini. That is unfortunate. Technical difficulties. So we'll endeavour to try to get Toto back. But for me... Oh, there we go. Lost him completely. I don't know if that's me or if that's Todd's. Connecting again. No, that's me. Fuck. That is me. That was me. Hey, mate.
What happened then?
I think I dropped out, unfortunately.
I was going to say, I was like, what? It's still working. What's going on?
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know. It was kind of like you just went blank, and then my internet was still like kind of working, but then it wasn't. Anyway, we'll keep on moving on. No cuts here. Yep. I'm not fucking editing that shit. Yeah, I just think with Pappenhausen, he could score 1 million tries against Canterbury. That could be anything. So, yeah, Talbo's red hot. Capewell, he could put on another try anytime. So, yeah, he's stuck with Wright in his edge. So that's interesting. He obviously had a good score last week, but I don't know if he can consistently keep that up. But anyway, he's still got Nakora out, so...
Yeah, he's just find someone. I think the Penrith Raiders game is going to be massive, like fantasy-wise.
Yeah.
Just depends on which sort of game it is.
It's going to be a massive game in general. Can't wait to watch that one. After some of the blowouts over the weekend. For Rhett... Harry Grant wasn't named in the starting side, but he was named in the reserves, so he could potentially come back.
I think he's going to play.
And luckily for Rhett, the Storm play before Robson plays, so he'll know, if he's paying attention, he'll know what's happening there.
No, he won't be.
It looks like he's picked up Tarek Sims, so he's fallen for the classic trap. Tarek Sims has like 1 or 2 games where he absolutely kills it, and he looks like the best like back rower in the league, and then he just does nothing. So, thoughts on there? Also think a trap?
Yes, I do. I've been there, done that plenty of times in the past.
Same. Brimson definitely has to lift. Enough said.
Yeah.
My money's going on Jesse purely for that Pappenhausen matchup.
Yeah, same. I'm going Jesse too. I do have a concern. He's got to be concerned with Jack White.
He's not a fan. I've had a few chats with him, and he's definitely been cursing Whiten's name a few times. Moving on. Next matchup. 8th plays 9th. So a lot to play for in this matchup. A couple of coaches on the cusp. And a win here will be massive. So interesting around Harry Grant because Austin has Brandon Smith as his hooker with no Hunt at the moment. So, yeah, that could have big ramifications for Smith's output. So,
I
who
think he
really
still
knows?
plays, but how he plays is the other.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like he's been lighting it up anyway. So, he probably just keep doing what he's doing. He does have Jackson back, which is massive. He
Kafusi
was
as well.
absolutely firing. Yep, Kafusi after that dog shot on Maddo. Opacek at centre. Yeah, that's a new one.
Is that also a chasing points pickup?
I mean, what's he scored? He's averaging 36.
I think he scored well last week. I think he scored 2 tries.
I don't know. This website's fucked. It won't let me click on. Oh, there we go. He scored 42 points last week. So, yeah.
For a centre, that's all right.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be chasing for a while because Aitken's out for, I don't know, at least another 2 months. So, yeah. His fullbacks, though, solid. He's got those good B tier fullbacks that just seem to do the business. Don't ever really disappoint, and sometimes a Guffo might kill it. Yeah, for Marty's big taste.
Yes.
Yeah, Hodgson, I've talked about him a million times. I don't like him at all. Cherry Evans should have a better game than he did last week, considering, it should be closer, but it is Manly. They're bloody woeful at the moment. And, I'm hoping that Brett Morris doesn't score any tries against our beloved Sharkies. But Marty really needs B-Moz to keep doing his thing, I think.
Mate, last week he carried him. Did Martin win last week?
Fuck, I can't even. No, I smashed him.
Oh, okay. Well, he still scored 80 points or something.
Yeah.
He scored 80 or something.
Yeah, B-Moz made it look closer because I beat him by 110. But if it wasn't for that B-Moz effort, it would have been looking real bad. He'll hope Barnett has the kicking, and but we'll soon see. How do you see this one going, mate?
I think Austin wins.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's going to be close because they both have different things going. Like Brandon Smith, Austin. He's actually brought in Corey Norman for Fogarty. I don't know if he had that last week.
Yeah, he did have him on his bench. Yeah.
And there's obviously the Brett Morris factor.
Fogarty's got the green tick next to him. Surely he's not named.
Yeah, he's named in the... Yeah, Fogarty's named to start, yeah.
Is he?
Ash Taylor's in the reserves as well.
Okay, fuck. That shows how much I paid attention to the team lists. So, Marty's bench is starting to resemble last year as well with his injuries. So Pierce is out for ages. Yeah. He might as well just drop Pierce because... but definitely eagerly awaiting Edwards' return for sure. I'll back Marty after I thrashed him last week. He needs to show his newborn son how it's done, So, next matchup. So this is a couple heavyweights here. Kirsty versus yourself. Big matchup, big stakes. So. Kirsty still fighting for her first win, and you got to taste that sweet victory. Thoughts on your first win, Tods? Did it make you feel like a big man?
It did. It was weird actually.
Yeah, it's unusual for you, mate.
This year, yeah, it is.
Yeah, for sure.
I've already chopped this one up, so I'm on 2 in a row. So, on to next week.
This one's a formality, you reckon?
Yeah, it's one of those ones.
Yeah, well, look,
Sorry.
Kirsty might be hoping to say otherwise. Yeah. You know what I do like? I do like the matchup Nofaluma for the Tigers versus North Queensland. The Cowboys have been atrocious.
Yeah.
Possibly the worst team in the comp that I've seen. And that's saying something considering Manly and the Bulldogs are also in this comp.
Cowboys lack interest. It's like they don't want to play.
Yeah. So if Nofaluma's ever going to fire and give Kirsty what she needs, it's going to be this week. So one to watch for you, mate. Yeah. Waddell, I'm still not loving, but, it is what it is at the back there. There's not that many options. An edge. Unfortunately, she's got to drop Jake Friend. So poor bloke's going to retire. I think we were all kind of hearing rumours of it. And, yeah.
4 years too late, champion. But anyway.
Fuck. The amount of head knocks, mate. He spent the last 4 years injured, I think. Tough go. Yeah.
Not to mention overrated, but anyway. That's for another pod.
Tots is going fucking brutal on the cunt. Poor bloke's like had to retire early.
They just carry on. Seriously, they carry on about him. Anyway.
I guess he's not your friend, hey?
No.
No.
Okay.
All right. Moving on to your side, mate. Talk me through any changes, any doubts.
No changes. A few doubts. I've got 3 pretty good scoring raiders in my side that I can't fit them all in. I don't really want to play them all. Yeah. I'm just not sure which 2 to play. So
yeah. Jeez, you need to
figure that out.
You need some dual status, mate. That's what you need.
I do.
Can't see that happening anytime soon. No. Yeah, unfortunately, no Trebojevic this week.
No.
I was expecting. Yeah, I was expecting
him anyway. So
yeah, for sure. I was expecting him to come back before Taumalolo. So there you go. Yeah. Okay. Look, I gotta give you the win on this one. I gotta predict you. Kirsty hasn't shown much. Well, her side hasn't shown much. Kirsty herself is a stand-up gal. And one of the finest coaches over the league's history. She's just in a bit of a rough patch at the moment. So, but I do think that you will get the win, and no doubt you're tipping yourself.
Absolutely. I've already updated the ladder.
Fuck off. Sorry, Astrid. But he's sorry, but he was being a dickhead. I have to call him out for that stuff, Anyway,
he's being a pork chop. Right, anyway, yep, moving on.
He's being an absolute wally. You know what? I had to watch Astrid singing Wiggles songs on the weekend, and yeah, man, they've really changed up their style. She was singing all these Wiggles songs, and I was just like missing the classics. I was like,
yeah, I've been through that.
Yeah, bring back Big Red Car. That's what I say. Yeah, next matchup. So this is a big one. So myself versus what are you shaking your head for?
Rockfoot son.
Girls.
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 What?
We've been over this, mate. He's going the opposite of everyone else. But I actually like this one. I think I'm like, where's he going to go with this for my team name? There's a few where I don't think he'll make it work at all, but yeah. And I like that he's committed to the misspelling of Gyrls. So
yeah. I'll give him that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, like I was saying, big matchup. So it's a big couple of weeks for Marcel. He played Mike last week, who was the top of the table and top scoring, and now he's playing me, who's scored the second most points. So yeah, no easy matchup for me though, because Marcel's got the third most points, I think. So yeah, should be a big scoring match up. For myself, Taumalolo makes his way in. So I do have to make sure that he is 100% playing, but he's been named, so I believe he will play. Yeah, would you be playing Taumalolo or would you stick with Welch for another week? Toto, what would you do?
No, I think I'd play him.
Yeah.
I think Cowboys are desperate. I think he's going to play probably close to 65 minutes.
Yeah.
There's
I
no
mean,
way Peyton can keep going with his whole cutting his minutes back. Like he can't do it.
100%. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to play him over Welch. I just think that, Melbourne will put 1 million points on him and the forwards probably won't have to do as much. But, I probably regret that. I have stuck with Olam purely for the matchup reason against Canterbury, even though Brian Kelly, my proper centre pick, is fit. A bit of a selection dilemma going forward because Olam's been pretty decent. So, love a good headache. I'll no doubt make the wrong pick every single week.
As you do.
Yep. Murray's got a lift. But other than that, the boys have been solid. Hopefully Mitchell can put a cricket score on Brisbane, but we'll see.
You've also got Dane Laurie playing the Cowboys, which is a good matchup for you too.
True. Yeah, that is true. I mean, if it's a good matchup for Nofo, it's good for Laurie as well. So, let's see what you got, Laurie. They just need to give him more of the ball. They're so fucking unorganised, the Tigers. It's a joke.
You watch the Cowboys win.
Oh, God, they're not that big a joke. So, speaking of Tigers, Marcel, he's thrown Little in at his hooker over Rain. I spoke to him about that today. He seems to think that Little will get more minutes than Rain. And Tarmo. I think Tarmo is a new addition to his side.
Has to be, because didn't Kirsty draft him?
Yeah, no, he had Fanua Blake. Yeah, so Fanua Blake was injured, he's got him in there. I mean, Townsend, he's been killing it. Hopefully he doesn't post another ridiculous score again this week. Avarillo returns at centre. I legitimately thought he'd been dropped because he was rubbish. Turns out he just had an injury. So, interesting play. He's showing the faith. Hopefully he gets rewarded, but also hopefully not.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Staines on the bench. It's one of those things where he's paid big for Staines, but Tedesco's obviously not going anywhere, and Dewey has been pretty good. And also
he should get that dual status soon, shouldn't he?
Yeah, you'd think so, for sure. He'll get it in the next round. And he's playing the Cowboys, so, absolute field day for him, you'd think. So, thoughts on who will take this one out, mate?
I think it's going to be tight. I think it's going to be close. I think Townsend has to be good. He has to be real good. I think Little also has to be really good. Just with the matchups like Brayley, Little, Cleary, Townsend. I'm going to tip you, I think.
I appreciate the faith, mate. I was never in doubt there. I think just if we go off last week's scores, I win. Will I score that again? Probably not. Definitely not. 500 plus is pretty rare, but I've got a bit to fall. And I think I'll still get him, but it's always a tight one and it's fantasy, so.
Yeah, I think Tavita Pango was poor. Avarillo in the halves playing. Is he in the halves?
Yeah, 5'8".
Yeah, he's a halfback playing against Melbourne. Same with the whole Flanagan thing. You just don't know what's going to happen there. I think he loses points there. And Big Tino for you. He's come really good, so I see you winning. Yeah,
I like the way you think, mate. You're a smart bloke, and I should have you on the pod more often. Moving right along, very last matchup, Battle of the Sneddons. So Chris, down in 7th spot, and tell you what, after round 1, everyone was singing his praises, and even on draft day, a lot of people, correct me if I'm wrong, but from my memory, a lot of people were saying that he had drafted the best side or one of.
I was in that. Also, I said he had one of the best top three sides.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. And I mean, he improved his side off the draft too. Like McCulloch was better than the no hooker that he had. Yeah, I think last week he got a bit stitched up. He obviously played so he got a bit stitched up with some injuries.
Yeah, Tupanua only scored 2.
Yeah. He's not starting Madison. Look, honestly, fair. You know, it's
Good call.
he's unlucky. But it depends. It really depends. If Mike starts out hot, and the writing's kind of on the walls, he might have to just take a YOLO, take Host out, throw Madison in because, you know, Madison, if he does play, he's definitely going to score more than Host. So, yeah. You just got to weigh up where he is in the matchup. Munster didn't deliver a big score in last week's drumming of the Broncos, but against Canterbury, another opportunity for a fucking absolute cricket score.
For sure.
Yeah, so I think Morris and Tupou, hopefully Cronulla shut those boys down. And some of his bench, you know, has Fisher Harris. Fisher Harris is unlucky to not see any game time, but he's just kind of got like, talk about selection dramas. He's got Tapau, Fisher Harris, Arrow, and Clemmer all fighting for 2 spots. It's
It's almost. I think Snedd's got the only fully available bench in the whole league.
He might do actually.
He definitely does. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, Clemmer's a gun actually. And Arrow
He got injured last week.
Yeah, he did. And Arrow and Tapau, even Fisher Harris, they've all been absolute guns. So it that's a bit painful for him, the fact that he's got 2 of them that he can't play every week. So
he's definitely make the wrong choice.
Yeah, a bit of wasted potential there. Onto Mike's side, Mahoney absolutely killing it. Only the second best hooker in the competition. But he is like top 3 in the league. So absolutely doing numbers for Mike. He still does need a new team name because I think we decided last week that was trash. Yeah, Tods?
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know what it means, but anyway.
No, it's that bloody shit, mate. It's not even in the canal anymore. Come on, mate. You got to fucking keep things relevant, Mike.
Oh, did that ship get out? Did it? What?
Breaking news on the pod. The ship has set sail. Yeah, man. They pushed it out. It's Marcel's strong wind blew it out.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Anyway, moving right along. Takiaho, he seems to have had the kicking taken off him. I think they gave it to Walker during the game, and Walker seems like a bit of a whiz kid. So for me, I can't see Takiaho kicking for much longer. Reynolds, he could put a cricket score on the Broncos. So could Gagai. I really like the matchups for Mike again.
He's got good matchups. He's got Storm players, like his back 4. He's got 2 Storm players and 2 Rabbits who are all playing Broncos Bulldog.
Yeah. Yeah, he's killing it. And I like his bench, you know. Look at he fucking loves
so many Roosters.
I know.
Mate. Get some variety for
He's a real one-eyed fan, isn't he? You know, like,
he picked up Sam Walker and Berra and Suwali as if like no one else is getting them. I'm gonna hold them.
Dibs. He did call dibs, mate.
I know he did. But
and Watson as well. Watson is a former Rooster, so. I mean, he's doing quite well. He's got a fucking real strong team. I think he can lock Mike in for the top 4 right now. That's my prediction. Yeah, and some of the backups he's got are very promising. You know, so Verrills is going to be out for a while longer, but
mate,
he will.
This is not a keeper league, all right?
Yeah, no, he's building a dynasty over here.
His bench resembles a keeper league.
Yeah, just the promising rookies that he's building.
They'll come good. They'll come good.
Mate, keeper leagues are so boring. Oh, if anyone ever
one?
Yeah, I'm in another keeper league with some of the guys in our Supercoach chat. And yeah, I'd lost interest like halfway through the first year, and now I'm playing again, like putting money on, and my side's dog shit, mate. So, and there's just nobody there to grab, So I think if you got a shit team, it takes forever to turn it around, So, Anyway, so those are the matchups. I'm predicting Mike to win. Yeah, Mike wins. Yeah. Sorry, Chris. Better luck next season, buddy. Pack her up, boys. You're done. Nah. Mike's looking hot though. And his team's looking pretty good too. So, yep. Mike for the 2 points. All right. That'll do. We'll wrap it up there, Todd. Any final words you want to say to the people?
Nah.
All right. That was you know what? That was inspiring, mate. That was absolutely inspiring.
Yep.
I just want to say that dream big, everyone, and you can achieve greatness. And also, sorry again to Astrid for the swear words. I'm a naughty, naughty boy. Okay. See you later, guys. Bye.
See ya.